Om. Om.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat मुच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. We'll read these verses, number 16, 17, 18. Kim karma kimakarmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshyami yajñātvā mokṣase shubhād karmaṇo hyapi bodhavyam bodhavyam ca vikarmaṇah akarmaṇasca bodhavyam Gahanā karmaṇo gatiḥ karmaṇya karmayah pasyed akarmani ca karmayah sabuddhimān manusyeshu sayuktah kritsna karma krita kim karma kim akarma iti. Lord Krishna says, kim karma, what is the nature of karma or action? Kim akarma, what is the inaction? Absence of karma is akarma. So karma, action, akarma, inaction. Iti atra kavayopyatra mohitaha. With reference to understanding the true nature of what is action or what is inaction, kavayopyatra mohitaha, even the learned people also are deluded with reference to understanding what is karma, action, and what is akarma. Well, therefore, tatte karma pravakshami. So that is the case. Therefore, here Arjuna, I will explain to you what is the nature of karma and akarma. So Lord, what am I going to gain by knowing what is karma and akarma? Yajñātvā mokṣase ashubhāt. Knowing which you will become mokṣase, liberated from, free from ashubha, from all inauspicious, from all pain, all ignorance, all sorrow. You will become free from samsara. So, what's the big deal about this? It says, karmaṇo hyapi bodhavyam. Here, Arjuna, there is bodhavyam, something to be known about karma. Bodhavyam ca vikarmaṇah, there is something to be known about vikarma, meaning the pratishiddha karma, the prohibited action. Akarmascha bodhavyam, there is something to know about the inaction also. Why is it so? Gahanā karmaṇo gatiḥ, because gatiḥ, the nature of karma, is Gahanā, inscrutable. So what is that nature? What do you mean by Lord by saying that the nature of karma is mysterious, inscrutable, very profound? So Lord Krishna says, karmani akarmayah pasyed, one who sees inaction akarma, in karma, one who sees inaction, inaction. Akarmani, cha karmaya, one who sees action and inaction. So buddhiman manusyeshu, manusyeshu among all human beings, sa buddhiman, he is the intelligent, he is a wise person. Sa yukta, he is a yogi. Krishna karma krit, he has accomplished what has to be accomplished in life. He is a successful person. Who is a successful person? Who has satisfaction that I'm all right, I've done what needs to be done. So this knowledge makes a person successful based on what is the definition of success by Lord Krishna. So how can you call this person buddhiman? Buddhiman means intelligent. Karmani akarmayah pasyed, one who sees inaction in action. So what does it mean, Swamiji? A person is walking and the wise person, does he see him standing? Walking is karma. Standing is akarma, non-walking. Karmani akarmayah pasyed. Does this mean that when a person is walking, the wise person sees him standing? Akarmani cha karmaya. When a person is standing, does the wise person see him walking? Is that what she means, Bhagavan? He is talking and then the wise person sees silence. He is silent, he sees him talking. Is it what is meant by Lord Krishna? If it is so, then it is called viparita darshana, meaning that he is seeing something contrary to what is. What is this person is walking, and somebody says he is standing. Now this is viparita, this is contrary in perception. So Buddhiman, how can a person like that, and Lord Krishna describes him in the second line as Buddhiman. He is the intelligent person, a wise person. So this person who sees contrary, how can you call him wise? Can you call him wise? But everybody sees him walking, wise person says he is standing. Everybody sees the other person standing, the wise person is walking. And then so he sees something strange with reference to what everybody else sees. How can you call him wise? The only answer can be, what Swamiji says, the truth is not decided by majority. Truth is not decided by majority. Everybody saw the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. Everybody, the whole world for centuries. And came along, who was the Copernicus? He says, sun which appears to be standstill is actually moving, and earth which appears to be moving appears standstill. So the sun is moving. No, sun appears moving, he stands still. Earth appears to be standstill, it is moving. No, this person never left earth. He never, if you go someplace and then see that the earth is rotating, then you can understand that yes, earth is rotating, moving, whirling, standing on the earth, whirling along with earth. This person says earth is moving. And seeing the sun moving, he says the sun is standstill. Now this must be some kind of a mind, is it not so? That's how the wise person is. So why does this sun appear to be moving? Why does the sun appear to be traveling from east to west? Because the earth is traveling from west to east. And the motion of the earth is superimposed upon the sun. So this is called superimposition. Because of superimposition, it's quite likely that we see contrary to what is. Vedanta's stock example is rope snake. The idea of snake is superimposed upon the rope, and therefore what is rope, you see that as a snake. Everybody may see that as a snake, but that doesn't make it right. One who sees things as they are alone is called buddhiman. He is called wise, he is called intelligent. That means that what Lord Krishna means to say that even though everybody sees me walking and talking and acting, the wise person sees the non-walking, non-talking, non-acting here. And someone is standing still, sitting still, and the wise person sees their action going, in action, in inaction. It's like saying that, seeing a wealthy person when there is beggar. Everybody sees a beggar. There is someone who sees a millionaire or a billionaire there, he is called a wise person because his sight or perception is able to transcend what is apparent. What is apparent there is a beggar, but there is a person who recognizes that the beggar belongs to just the costume, and even though there is costume of a beggar, in reality, one who is there is a wealthy person. So one who sees wealthy in the beggar. And this is a contradictory statement, is not so? So the whole audience sees a beggar there, Swamiji, and this one person says he is a billionaire. How can it be right? Because whole audience has concluded that there is beggar, and this person knows that in the form of beggar there is an actor who is a wealthy person. So here also you see the Swami talking, or walking, talking. The wise person says there is actionless here. And when I am sitting still, quiet, he says there is action there. When I am not doing anything, the wise says he is doing. When I am doing, he says he is not doing. Confusing. This is not unusual for Lord Krishna. But what is the point in Lord Krishna asking us to see contrary to what is? What wisdom shall we get by seeing contrary to what is? We see the person doing things, and to see that he is not doing, what can we gain? I mean, this is a contrary perception. So maybe Lord Krishna means that when you see this person talking or walking or acting, maybe that is contrary perception. But Swami, your hands are moving, you are talking, how can you say you are not? Depends on what you mean by you. If by the pronoun you mean this body, or the organ of speech, my hands, etc., then yes, then I am talking, I am acting, I am doing things. If you equate the I with this body or the organ of speech. But in the beggar also, there is someone who sees the actor because he recognizes that this beggar is a costume, is just superimposition, not a reality about that person. So this body, the mind, all this complex is a costume, a superimposition, and not the reality of this person. Yes, what the whole world sees is no doubt this body, mind, sense complex performing variety of activities. But the wise person recognizes that it is in fact a costume. Activities are going on at the level of costume. But even then, as I said yesterday also, that yes, the begging is going on at the level of costume. At the very same time, the actor does not beg from his standpoint. And so also, activity is going on here at a given level, at the level of the body, of the mind, of the speech. Shankaracharya says that the deluded people superimpose that activity upon Atma and conclude that Atma is talking. Let alone other people, this person. Swamiji, what are you doing? I am talking. Now, when I claim that I am talking, I am in fact lumping two things together. I am talking. You follow? I make a statement, I am talking, in which there are two elements, I am and talking. So usually grammatically it would look like that I am and talking because they are placed in the same sentence, the same locus, therefore both of them enjoy the same reality. I am talking. Let alone you, I think so. I think that I am talking. I think that I am walking. When I say that, what am I doing? That I am and talking, both of them are placed in the same sentence and the same locus, if you understand what I am saying. I am has one locus. Talking is another locus. When I am talking, then the I am and talking, both of them are placed in the same locus. In Sanskrit, adhikaranam. Adhikaranam means location. This is what we normally do. In so doing, what we are doing is that two entities that belong to different locations. I am, where does it belong? The I am belongs to what? Atma, the self. I am is just existence. The self-revealing, therefore consciousness. It is formless, attributeless, therefore limitless. I am. Are you there? Yes, Swamiji. How do you know you are there? Sometimes at night somebody is visiting us, rings the bell. Are you there? Yes. It's pitch dark, he can't see himself. Are you there? Let me, Swami, switch on light, then I will know whether I am there or not. Do you need the light to determine that you are there? Let me see. Scratch. Do I need to do anything like that to know that I am? I am self-revealing, always reveals, always is there, is always experienced, whether I like it or not, except when I am in deep sleep. And that's the problem. I am is self-revealing, therefore I am always conscious of myself, always conscious of I am. I cannot escape the experience of consciousness of I am. Cannot escape. That's why you go to deep sleep, So we can forget this I am. The I am is Satchidananda, is Brahman, is limitless, but that I am is most biggest problem. You know why? Because I am conscious of I am. Therefore, a superimposition takes place. In Vedanta, they call it adhyaropa, superimposition. Seeing one thing where something else is there can take place only when there is awareness. While walking in garden, I see there is not adequate light and I see an object and I think it's a snake. What is this rope? Piece of rope? But if there was pitch dark and I did not see anything there, then there would be no occasion of my mistaking it to be snake. If it was broad daylight and I saw that entity as rope, then also there is no possibility of seeing a snake. I will not make a mistake. If I did not see it, I saw it correctly. You follow? In life, we do not make mistakes. When we see things correctly or we don't see them at all. We see them but not see them correctly. That is where all mistakes are being made. Like the rope, I see something there but not what it is. That is why I have false conclusion. It is a snake. Rope snake is an example. For what? For myself. What is the rope here, you know? I am is a rope. I am a speaker. The speaker is a snake. Not snake, but you know. Oh, Swami, you are not snake. The speaker is. What I am saying is, that speaker has the same degree of reality as a snake. Rope is real, snake is superimposed. I am is real, the speaker is superimposed. This is how constant superimposition goes on in our life, by default. Because I am aware of two things, I am aware of I am as well as aware of my body, my mind. And therefore I fail to distinguish that I am the speaker. Speaker belongs to one level, that is at the level of the costume, level of the organ of speech. I am is the actor, the one wearing the costume. I fail to distinguish that, and therefore I put them at the same level and conclude I am the speaker. So what's the big deal, Swami? Why do you keep on? That's all right. You are okay. You say you're a speaker, it's okay. What's wrong with that? Is there anything wrong? Big wrong, there can be big wrong. All people are all in trouble. For what? For what they say. Next day then there is another statement that I did not mean that I did not, they misinterpreted me, etc. Because I am talking. That talking can create lots of problems. But if I am not connected talking, then they don't create problem for me. You follow? In a film, for example, in a movie, if this fellow is a villain and he shoots, then no problem, he is not taken to prison. Because he appears to be doing so, but not really doing. So if I am clear that I appear to be talking and not really talking, then if there are problems for the talker, I have no problem. Swamiji, you said that, we are arresting you. I did not say that. Whoever says you can arrest. Oh, that won't happen. But the thing is that this is how the wise people are. You take them to prison, they are okay. But Swami used to say that in 76 or something, when Indira Gandhi was there and there was a big demonstration of the cow protection because they wanted to stop Gohatya. And so people from Rishikesh and Haridwar and all, they went there, all sadhus, and demonstrated and they were arrested and released in 3 days. That did not succeed. So again they decided to have another demonstration. So this again they were going to Delhi and somebody came to Swamiji. Swamiji, will you please join us? He says, why? One thing, that when they arrest you, put you in prison, You get free food. Food comes to you. You don't have to go out for food. Can you imagine? These sadhus, that they also see something positive. So therefore, if there is a wise person, then whatever walker, talker, what happens with them is all right with him. But not with me, who thinks that I am a walker. It's not all right. I am a talker, then it's not all right. I am a beggar, then it's not all right. If I know that a beggar is a costume, then everything is all right. Then the stage, I'm sitting on the roadside and people can insult me also. They can say anything. Nothing happens to me because I know that I appear to be a beggar, not a beggar. Beggar is a superimposition. The idea is that the superimposition is constantly going on in our life, and that is the cause of all our sorrow. We think, Swamiji, I lost my job, so I am sad. My friend left me, so I am sad. We may think that there are all these various reasons for my sadness. But the only cause of sadness is myself, as I've been saying since last 2 days. There is no cause of sadness lying outside of me. What's the cause? That's superimposition. That who can leave me? The talker. They can leave a talker. They can leave walker. They can leave Swami. They cannot leave I. You follow? Depends on what I identify with. If I identify with this, then you left me, you hurt me, you insulted me, you did all kinds of things. Depending upon what my perception of myself is. So I say I am. I am is something that is beyond all actions. Like the actor, the beggar can be insulted. The insult does not touch the actor. And similarly also, none of those things will touch me if I knew my true nature. You follow the seriousness of this? You become liberated. Because you are liberated. So all that is necessary is simply to know our true nature. When we know that, we are always free. And that nothing can bind me, nothing can hurt me. Swamiji, you become thick-skinned or something? No. Become thick-skinned, so nothing touches you, they touches you, and so they insult you, nothing happens. You're insensitive? No. Is a wise person insensitive? No. He's very sensitive. But he realizes that, like the actor knows, all the insult is up to the beggar. It doesn't touch him. It only stops at the costume. So this is how one becomes free in all the vyavahara. It is vyavahara that causes sorrow, not vyavahara, identification with this costume that causes sorrow. Life will be what it is. Experiences will be what they are. The world is what it is. They will do what they do. There will be gain, there will be loss, there will be success, there will be failure, there will be heat, there will be cold, there will be honor, there will be dishonor. That will go on. That's what is life. Dvandva. The life consists of dvandva or pairs of opposites. Now comfort is comfort. The moment you go out, Swamiji is so hot. You come in there, it's so cold. And then standing in line for food and somebody pushes me and goes there. Manam, apmana, apamana. All these little things affect us so much in me. Because all of these, they are at one level. What's the level? The level of costume. If I realize this is costume, hey, don't touch me. I'm not touching you. Like this person, listening to the classes in Rishikesh, that you are a Brahman, you are not the body, etc. They go to the Ganges, all of them, we have warned them. When you go for a dip in the Ganges, don't take more than 3 dips, otherwise it will be frozen. This fellow is a hero, he just kept on. And so people came and complained, Swamiji doesn't come out of the Ganges water. Swami went with danda, with a stick. Why are you hitting me? I'm not hitting you. You are Brahman. Hitting the body? He says, I am Brahman. Nothing will happen to me. I can be in Ganga as long as... Give me one. That immediate, that identification. He's not being, who is being hit? The body. I say, I am hit when I identify with the body. If you understand what is going on in our life, understand the cause of unhappiness, that's all we are concerned about. We want to become free from sorrow, once and for all. And we want to be established in happiness once and for all. The sorrow should go and never come back. Happiness should come and never leave. That's what we want. And we are struggling for that. Vedanta says all you need to do is to just know that sorrow cannot touch you, does not touch you. Knowing that, become free from sorrow. But what about happiness? But you are happiness. So knowing that, you are established in happiness. You think Swami, you keep on saying that again and again, but there is a reason. If somehow this does get settled in our mind, doesn't get settled. As long as you hear I'm shouting, then you have to listen to me, and therefore it will go into your head. The moment we leave this hall, everything comes back. Like a buffalo standing in water, and all the flies are whirling around his face and bothering him. So he dips his head into the water. All the flies leave, brings out, immediately they are there. So we are here in the Ganges, where our head has been dipped into the Ganges water, into the water of knowledge. When we go out, all the flies or mosquitoes are all waiting there. But Vedanta emphasizes that happiness is not far away at all, it's only this much far away. I need not connect the two, that's all. I am talking. I am is non-talker. Non-talker is talking. Non-walker, walking. Non-eater, eating. Non-beggar, begging. Non-king, ruling. Non-sadhu, renouncing, enacting. Karmani, akarmayah pasyet, akarmani ja karmayah. Karmani means in karma, seventh case. In action. Akarma, inaction, one who sees inaction. Like the scientist telling that one who sees motionlessness in motion, the sun is moving. One who sees motionless in moving, and one who sees motion in motionless, that's the earth. So as a result of superimposition, we are seeing contrary to what is. So it is not that Lord Krishna is asking us to see something contrary. We are all seeing contrary to what is, he is asking us to just see what is. And that will release you. He says, Sabuddhiman, Sikhs, you are liberated. You have accomplished everything in your life just by this vision. Thank you, Swami. I am not talking. I am not walking. But it should not be just lip service. Even lip service is better than no service, but still, We have to see that fact. And it is true, that is why so much preparation was discussed. Karma yoga is one preparation which prepares the mind. Drishyate agraya buddhya sukshmaya, sukshma buddhi, the subtleness of the mind, ekagrata, the focus of the mind. Talked about sannyasa, becoming free from all other concerns and focusing on this one concern and exposing ourselves to Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. This is a process of making our mind inward looking, basically. Our mind that is accustomed only is always directed outward. That's how Bhagavan has done. Kathopanishad says, Paranchikhani, Bhagavan has created our sense organs and mind always looking out. Tasmat parang pashyati nantaratman. Therefore, a person always sees what is outside there. These sense organs cannot see themselves, cannot see the Atma. Suppose Bhagavan had made them that way. If Bhagavan had made the sense organs that they can see Atma, no problem, isn't it? But Bhagavan has made sense organs, they can only see external objects. Bhagavan has made the mind, it can see outside, what is outside there. If he had been a little bit kind and made the mind and sense organs so that they can see self, no problem. But then his samsara would not go on. Bhagavan has an agenda. What is the agenda? That his samsara should go on. The demons whirl around in this circle of birth and death, cycle of birth and death. And therefore, he sent us like those children, with blindfold. Turn around, with a stick in the hand, go, break that jackpot, get all the candies and sweets. Every child goes in different direction. Because they lost the direction. And so they knew that this is in east, 52 steps away. But then west is thought to be east, somebody thinks north is east, this is big Brahman. So that is how blindfolded we are and going in all sorts of directions. All the time, blowing the stick in the air. That's how the life is. Is not to make us sad or disappointed, just to help us understand what the realities are and so that we can turn around. Because Bhagavan has given this problem, but given the solution also, He has given Bhagavad Gītā also. He has given us teachers also. Karmaṇi akarmayah pashyet. Although Lord Krishna says karmaṇi, He should have said kartari, Kartari akartru yah pashyet. That is how he should have said. Karmani akarmayah pashyet. One who says inaction and action? No, what is meant is one who says non-doer in doer. Because I take myself to be a talker. You take yourself to be a listener. Who is a talker? Agent of act of talking. Who is a listener? Agent of act of listening. Meaning that we, by habit or by default, take ourselves to be agents. Agent is karta. When karma goes on at the level of speech, and by default I identify and brand myself as a speaker, as a hearer, as a walker. No, walker is a problem, talker is a problem, speaker is a problem, hearer is a problem, thinker is a problem. If any problem arises in life, suppose I feel, Swamiji, this person insulted me, he has hurt me, this something, you'd ask the question, who is hurt? Either walker is hurt, talker is hurt, thinker is hurt, man is hurt, woman is hurt, mother-in-law is hurt, sister, whatever, somebody, some costume is hurt, understand? All hurt and guilt and pleasure and pain and happiness, unhappiness, all of them can be traced to the costume. Because I identify with the costume, therefore I think that I am insulted. What is insulted? My body. Oh, Swami, look at your nose, your ears. So people used to make a lot of fun when I was small. Then they used to make fun of my nose and then my ears, and they would compare my nose with a chimney. There is a textile mill. Your nose is like, what do you call that? Ears. And so I thought, what, they were insulting were my ears? Or making fun of ears? Fun of nose? I thought they were making fun of me. If I had some little sense, could a distance between this nose, is okay. Ears, they're talking about ears and nose, not talking about me. Suppose we create that distance, there is all problems are solved in life. Otherwise, no problem can be solved also. As long as that identification is going on, life being what it is, the manam, apmana, success, failure, honor, dishonor, will keep on coming. That's how Bhagavan has made this life. See, if we were to experience only one thing, then we would get used to it. They tell us that a person can get used to pain. If there is only pain, you can get used to that. But pain is there, then pleasure, then pain, then pleasure. Those who are students of metallurgy know that to test really the metal, and what they do is heat, cool. That's what happens in our life, and we get worn out. If only pain was there, we'll get used to that. Only pleasure is there, we get used. Pleasure, pain, happiness, unhappiness, success, failure, honor, dishonor. Amazing life Bhagavan has made. Or Bhagavan has given solution. Is all play going on, you have the choice to create a distance. That you are an observer. So, Lord Krishna explains that what you are is just a witness. Karma, action is going on, the speaking is going on. What is the status of I? I'm a witness. Speaking takes place at the level of organ of speech. You are listeners. Listening takes place at the level of organ of listening. Sometimes in meditation we say that I'm listening to the words, listening takes place in my presence. I'm not the listener, listening takes place in my presence. I'm not the speaker, speaking takes place in my presence. True? Karmani, kartari, akarma, akarta, akartru, yah pashet, one sees, non-doer, in-doer. That is what it should be understood. Not inaction in action, but non-doer in the doer. Because I think I'm a doer, an agent of action, of speaking, etc., when I realize that I'm a non-speaker, I'm a changeless witness. In my presence, the speaking, walking, talking is going on. This is a theme that Lord Krishna keeps on repeating throughout Gita. 5th chapter also says, Neva kinchit karomiti yukto manyet tattvavit. A wise person says, I don't do anything. We quoted this verse yesterday. Seeing, hearing, walking, talking, eating. He says, I don't eat. Now, who is eating? I don't eat. I don't talk. Who is talking? Indriyani indriyartheshu vartante. In my presence, the organ of speech is interacting with words. That's how speaking takes place. That's why Lord Krishna said, Gahanā karmaṇo gatiḥ. The nature of karma, Lord Krishna said, the nature of karta between you and me. You cannot change this thing, and then I have no business to say anything about what Lord Krishna says. But Gahanā karmaṇo gatiḥ, Gahanā kartarah gati, means the gati of karta is inscrutable. One who takes himself to be karta is in fact akarta. You have no problem with karma, we have a problem with karta. I have a problem with you when you speak something and say, that I have a problem. Merely words, I don't have a problem. I have a problem with what? The speaker of the words. With karma, we don't have a problem. We have a problem with what? The perform agent of karma. Then I become a problem for myself. When I look upon myself as an agent, you become a problem for me when I look upon you as an agent. So Lord Krishna identifies kartrutva as a primary problem, as what binds us. The karma does not bind us, kartrutva binds us. Karma binds us through kartrutva. Because one is karta or performer of action has to become bhokta, the experience of the result. Who does not perform action? No result of experience. No result of experience. If I know I am not performing karma, I am free from all. So becoming free from karma is not by not doing karma. You follow? Arjuna thought that I will not do this karma. Lord Krishna said not doing also involves doing. If Arjuna does not fight the battle, that also involves karma. Because in his mind, things are going, he looks at Duryodhana and he is a Kshatriya. His blood is boiling and he wants to strike at him. There is a Kshatriya, they cannot tolerate injustice. They cannot tolerate adharma. When he sees injustice, adharma in front of him, there is an impulse to do something. And when he is not doing, he is doing, meaning that he has to control that impulse. You follow? In not doing also, doing is involved. When I am sitting still, then also doing is involved, because the nature of body is always to move. Prakriti is that which is constantly changing. So body is nature, it is to change. Nature of mind is always to have thoughts and so forth. And then I want this mind which is thoughtless. I may get that. But then that also involves an action of restraining the thought. You follow? Because activity is the nature of this Prakriti. And when I am inactive, then I am restraining their nature. Therefore, in inaction also action is involved, because action is the nature of the body. When I keep the body stand still, then there is an action of restraining the movement of the body. Imagine a car down the slope. Car will roll down the slope, is it not so? Suppose you see a car, the center of the slope and motionless. That may be possible only when the driver has applied brakes, is it not so? Car, the nature of which is to roll down. If that car we find is standing in the middle of the slope, that can only be when the driver has applied brakes, is it not so? So in the non-motion of the car also, inaction of the car also, action is involved. What's the action? Restraining the car from rolling down. Because to roll down is the nature of car, and you have to restrain that. That is where the action is. To change the nature of Prakriti, nature of body, to change the nature of mind, and when I make them, I need to restrain them in order for them not to do something. Therefore, not doing also involves doing in terms of restraining the activities of the upadhi. In short, doing and not doing, both of them are at the level of the costume, at the level of body, mind, sense complex. Ideally we cannot say Atma is not doing. When do you say not doing? When the fellow is doing and now he is not doing. No, Swami is not speaking. When do you say that? When I was speaking, then I do not speak. So then the cessation of an action is called not speaking. Atma can be called not doing anything. If the doing was his nature, then he ceases to do something, but he never does. So you can't say Atma is not doing also. Not doing can only be said about the one who is doing. Atma is free from, in the technical language, transcends the idea of action and inaction. Action, inaction, both of them apply at the level of upadhi, the body, mind, sense complex, anatma. Atma. Therefore, while meditating on Atma, don't think I am not doing anything. No. Actionless means that I never did anything. That I did something was a notion. Karmani akarmayah pashyet akarmani cha karmayah sabuddhiman manushyeshu. The self is actionless. What's the need of saying that to Arjuna, Because Arjuna thought, and one of the reasons why Arjuna refrained from initiating the battle is because I will be a sinner, I will be a killer of all these people, I will be a sinner, I will have to go to hell, I don't want to do that. Because he assumed that he was a karta. Lord Krishna wants to say that, hey, kartrutvam is not your nature. The doing also belongs to body, the non-doing also belongs to body. Arjuna declared, I am doing by superimposing the action of body upon the self, and then he says, I will not do, again by superimposition the non-action of body. Arjuna, the non-doing comes when you are doing in the first place. So, Lord Krishna is giving paramathika solution. That's only a solution, ultimately, in truth life. What Lord Krishna is teaching is the absolute truth to Arjuna, which is a big, which is a very hard lesson. He gives us simple lessons also. Speak truth, etc. Very simpler lesson. But now and then he gives his hard lessons also. Ultimately, this has to happen. So, karmani atma, is thought to be doing things, one who recognizes that atma never does, actionless. The body that is thought to be not doing recognizes that in not doing the body also, the doing in the form of restraining is involved, so karma is involved. So if Arjuna knew that, then he would never say, I would not do, because in not doing also you are doing, understand, you will be bound anyway. In non-performing karma also, Arjuna has to restrain his nature, because as I say, he cannot tolerate injustice, adharma. When he sees adharma, something happens to him, he has to restrain himself, to not fight. So that action is involved. Any action will bind you. Kartrutva will bind you. Arjuna, to become free from this bondage of action, is not non-performance of action. He recognizing that the Atma is ever actionless. That there is no kartrutva in the Atma. That knowledge, in fact, makes you ever free from the bondage of karma. Sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayukta Krishna karma krit. One who has this knowledge has done whatever needs to be done in life. It's complete satisfaction. Swamiji, so in the evening we say, I have done the whole day's work. All dishes are done. All bads are done. All things are done. I have total satisfaction. I have done everything for the day. Satisfaction. Imagine yourself saying, I have done everything for the life. There is way of describing satisfaction, understand? Because all karma is the background here, that is why things are described in the relation to karma. Krishna karma. One who has done all, Krishna means all. Karma krit perform, one who has performed all the karma that is to be done. So the image satisfaction that this wise person has is having done everything that needs to be done. Because that satisfaction nature of Atma is not nature of activity or lack of activity, it is nature of self. And therefore he has a total satisfaction. Otherwise no satisfaction. Sa buddhiman manushyeshu sa yuktaha. He is a yogi. Yukta means yogi. But Swamiji, we see him moving about and walking and talking. Where is yogi? Yogi is one in samadhi. Is it not so? Chitta yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is explained as cessation of all thoughts. Who is yogi? Enjoying a state of mind which is free from all thoughts. Total peace and tranquility. Total abidance in the self. Vedanta says that to be yogi, you need not have a mind that is free from thoughts. You need abidance in self, which is always free from thoughts. Taking mind to be real and then making free from thought is a big struggle. Vedanta doesn't look at the mind, looks at the self. Recognizing that I am always free from any activity, I am always witness of thoughts. Therefore, abiding in my nature is equivalent to stopping all the thoughts. Either recognizing myself as the witness of all the thoughts, that I am not thinking, or stopping all the thoughts. Therefore, Lord Krishna calls a wise person also a yogi. He is free from all thinking by virtue of knowledge that I am the witness of all thoughts. So buddhiman, this is the buddhiman. Lord Krishna is what buddhiman. Etad buddha buddhiman syat krita krityas. Same thing comes in the 15th chapter, the last verse, last line. Etad buddha buddhiman syat. Remember? 15th chapter. Krita krityasya bharata. Etad buddha buddhiman syat. Etad buddha, knowing this, buddhiman syat. One becomes buddhiman, intelligent in the real sense. Krita krityasya bharata. Krishna karma krit is the same as krita kritya. Kritam krityam yasaha. One who has done everything that needs to be done. Recognizing nothing needs to be done. So this is how Gahanā karmaṇo gatiḥ. The nature of karma is Gahanā, inscrutable. Nature of karta is inscrutable. Because one who is taken to be karta is in fact akarta. One who is thought to be akarta is actually karta. Not doing something, but some kartrutva is there. Doing things, but the knowledge it makes him recognize that I am a karta. So by knowledge, you know the secret of karma and karta and akarta. Because of ignorance, we take it quite contrary to what it is. So this contrary perception is going on in our life. And therefore Lord Krishna is saying it in this language. Looks like the contradictory language. Because there is contradiction in our life, therefore, to become free from that, this is the manner in which Lord Krishna explains. So with that we conclude also our discussion on Gahanā karmaṇo gatiḥ. So because Lord Krishna said karmaṇo gatiḥ, the nature of karma, action is inscrutable, the nature of karta is inscrutable. Because karma is not our concern, karta is our concern. The one performing karma, that is my concern. I am the concern. Arjuna thought, I'll be bound by performing karma. The karta has to be known correctly. Karta is the locus of the act of action. So, Gahanā kartuhu gatiḥ. The nature of karta is inscrutable. In what way? One who is thought to be karta is in fact akarta. All right. Very good. I don't know, with this kind of a topic, I'm sure you will need several cups of coffee after going from here. So somehow this topic was chosen, so what can you do? Or what can I do? But anyway, I'm sure that everybody got something out of this. So, if you think you should get more, then listen to it again and again, then definitely you'll get much more than what may be gained from one listening. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
As concluding remarks, Swamiji was mentioning it. It's a huge topic. You need to listen to this or these topics again and again, because what has been told in the class to retain and remember everything is difficult. But we can make it possible. How? Well, all these talks have been recorded on USB flash drive. So you can buy them in the bookstore. First you have to order. This is the order form. And all the suggested donations have been mentioned in this. I will not repeat all that. It's a complete set of all audio, complete set of all video, then meditation audio, Bhagavad Gītā audio, video. Same thing, Bhagavad Gītā, Swamiji's audio, video. Satsang of Swamiji's audio, video. Both are available. Whatever suits you best, you please order them. And I think they have added some bonus. I don't know whether you like it or not, but these are the 3 things they have added. One is children program, video is bonus. Vedic chanting and bhajans, bonus. So if you like it, they will have that also added. So before you leave, if you decide to order these audio and video cassettes, please fill up this form with all the details that they would like to have, so that either they can give it to you in person. Are you going to give it to you in person, Prasannaji, or you'll mail it later? Yeah, I think today all of you are busy because you have to go back. So once we get the orders, then they will mail it to you. So this is the order form, and more order forms can be had in our audio video room. Please go and have them. I will have a brief celebration before the Gurudakshina program to honor Swamiji on Sannyasa Diksha Day. Join us in celebrating and seeking blessings of Swami Viditatmananda on Swamiji's Sannyasa Diksha Day. This celebration more for us, not for Swamiji, because we are always at the receiving end. What gift we can give to Swamiji other than being a good and committed students? So on this day, we all, that also includes online viewers, humbly seek Swamiji's blessings for devotion and self-knowledge. I request and invite Swami Muktatmanji to come on behalf of all the Swamijis and staff and all of you to offer garland to Swamiji, followed by Swami Parapadyanji can offer fruits to Swamiji. And we'll chant the Purna Kumbha mantra and conclude if time permits. I don't know, Swamiji, we would appreciate Swamiji's blessing note. Pranam Swamiji. With ornaments, of course, Karigar is here. He will produce it in a minute. Om na karmaṇa na
प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां बिभ्राजते यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्थाः सन्न्यासयोगात् यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वा आह ते ब्रह्मलोके तु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे दह्रं विपापं परमेष्मभूतं यत्पुण्डरीकं पुरमद्य सग्गस्थं तत्रापि दह्रं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यं यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः हर हर नमः पार्वतीपतये.
Sannyasa is the main topic of the Bhagavad Gītā. And Lord Krishna uses the word sannyasa now and then. But his main agenda is to describe a sannyasi. In the last verse that we discussed, karmani akarmayah pashed akarmani cha karmayah sabuddhiman manusheshu sayuktah krishna karma krut. That is a typical the description of a sannyasi. So this kind of sannyasi or renunciate, Lord Krishna wants us to become. Sannyasa is taught in Bhagavad Gītā at 3 levels. First is the level of karma yoga. The karma yogi also is extolled as a sannyasi. Anashritah karma phalam karyam karma karoti yah sa sannyasi cha yogi cha. A karma yogi also is extolled as a sannyasi, the first level of sannyasa. Because karma yogi also renounces. He renounces his attachment for or ownership of the karma phala. A karma yogi performs karma, he remains the owner of the karma, all right. A wise person will give up ownership of karma also, as we saw. But a karma yogi retains the ownership of karma, but gives up the ownership of karma phala. That is renunciation. So karma yogi also renounces. Because it is ownership of the karma phala, the ownership of the result of the karma, that creates ragadveshas. Because the karma phala outcome will be judged by me as success if it fulfills my expectation, or will be judged by me as a failure if it's other way around. So when I perform an action with the intention of a personal reward called karma phala, then the outcome is going to be my judgment of whether I am successful or failure. I am successful, there is elation. I am failure, there is depression. Harsha, shoka, elation, depression. So these reactions are caused from me, and that is called dukkham. These reactions are called sorrow. Therefore, Lord Krishna identifies an important reason for sorrow in our life is the ownership of the karma phala, or judging me by the result of the karma. Lord Krishna says, judge yourself by the karma, but not judge yourself by karma phala. So therefore, karma yogi also renounces the ownership of karma phala. Not a simple thing. I am performing this karma. Lord, karma phala belongs to you. No. Who will be that generous? I do all this, I work so hard, and the outcome belongs to you. It will come to me regardless of, when I perform an action, outcome will come, and it will come to me. But I say that this is, Lord, yours, not mine. Meaning that I am not the owner of that. Success, failure do not belong to me. So that trains the karma yoga to progressively become free from reactions which come by identifying with karma phala, the ragadvesha, success, failure. Therefore, he also is a renunciate in some sense because he renounces the ownership of karma phala. Sa sannyasi cha yogi cha. So first level of sannyasa that Lord Krishna teaches is of the nature of karma yoga. Because a karma yogi also maintains a spirit of letting go, renunciation. See, giving up raga dvesha is letting go in our life also. Oh, this fellow insulted me, let go. He praised me, let go. What do we let go? Let go. Well, that's the way of not being identified with them, attached by them, affected by them. You will not let go outwardly, in your mind let go. Otherwise they say, oh, he let go. So they keep on, attacking you, but in the mind. So karma yogi also is sannyasi. When we have that sannyasa, then we qualify for the other levels of sannyasa. Second sannyasi is called vividisha sannyasi, who renounces all the duties now because his mind is, mature. Now the agenda has changed. His agenda is now moksha and gain the knowledge. And to fulfill the agenda, now he has to go to teacher as we described yesterday. So that is called sannyasa, vividisha sannyasa, renunciation by virtue of fulfilling desire for knowledge. So yesterday we described how in those days the aspirants had to go to teachers and then they had to leave home. That is how. These days that sannyasa is not required. We don't have to give up our home to study, But still, the kind of spirit that the Vividisha sannyasi is, slowly we should get that spirit of slowly detachment from ownership. Detachment from ownership. Second level of sannyasa, and then that person grows to this sannyasi that we discussed, who sees inaction in action, action in inaction. He is the yogi, he is the fulfilled one. That is the true sannyasi in the opinion of Lord Krishna. This is sannyasa that Lord Krishna teaches in the Bhagavad Gītā. That kind of sannyasi Lord Krishna wants Arjuna to be. That sannyasi has not given up action. He may, but he need not. He is free from ignorance. He need not be free from action. So Lord Krishna says, Arjuna, become a sannyasi, wise person first, and then perform action. Then you won't be affected by karma or karma phala or kartrutva. In response to that, Arjuna said, Karishye vacharam tava. I'll do what you want me to do. Arjuna apparently gained that sannyasa or the knowledge. So, this sannyasa is the theme of the Bhagavad Gītā. And tyage naike amrutattvamanushuhu. Kaivalya Upanishad says that tyagena, by renunciation, some attained immortality. Therefore, this Vedic culture is based on tyaga, not bhoga. There can be two paths, preyaha and shreyaha. Preyas and shreyas. Preyas is the path of pleasure. Shreyas is the path of good, which involves the renunciation of what is binding me, nothing else. Renunciation of what makes me unhappy. That's what you have to renounce. The cause of unhappiness has to be renounced, not cause of happiness. All attachments are cause of unhappiness, etc., etc. Therefore, we have to slowly renounce and grow out of that. So that way, Lord Krishna teaches sannyasa throughout the Bhagavad Gītā, and he wants Arjuna to become an ideal sannyasi, and then fight the battle. Whether Arjuna became or not is a different matter, but he wants us to become a sannyasi today or tomorrow, because then only we can live life freely, without concerns, without anxieties, without worries. Today I am always concerned. If I say something, I must think 10 times before I say it. What will they think of it? How will they interpret? Constantly there is a strain on me. What will they think? What will be the outcome? Because outcome is very important to me. Not that for a wise person is not important. This is identified. He has now become attuned to the harmony. Therefore, what he does is always right. Because we are attuned to the ego, raga dvesha, it is likely that what we do violates the harmony. The wise person is in the harmony of the universal law. So he is spontaneously good or spontaneously right. And that's the ultimate sannyasa, which is what Lord Krishna teaches us. And that sannyasa we discussed in the last verse in this class. So it's quite an opportune moment that, these people have made it public, Anyway. So it is true that this was day many years, how many years ago? 40 years ago. Wow. Many of you are not even that age, you see, before you were born. But that is when I was blessed with this by our Puja Swamiji on the bank of the Ganges in Rishikesh. And it has been a great blessing. Sannyasa is a blessing, but what sannyasa stands for is a commitment. If nothing else, we can respect a sannyasi with the commitment that the person has made. Oh, sorry, what kind of sannyasi is, doesn't matter. I shouldn't say doesn't matter, but at least person has made a commitment. Just put on this costume. He has given up various things which imply various costumes. And there were a lot of renunciation is involved. And in our opinion, a sannyasi is not perfect. That person is on the path of gaining perfection. He becomes perfect, he becomes sannyasi in primary sense. So, by God's grace, that may happen, but the thing is, that's called vidvat sannyasa. Vividisha sannyasa, vidvat sannyasa. Sannyasa, renunciation, taken for the purpose of pursuing knowledge, and sannyasa by virtue of knowledge. So we are all to become that sannyasi, whether you are sannyasi in that form or not. But there is no choice from becoming a sannyasi by virtue of knowledge, which involves constant growth, the process of constant growth, emotional growth, spiritual growth. And we pray to our Guruji and to the Lord Dakshinamurti that everybody is blessed here with the understanding of what is the real agenda of life. Not that what you are doing is not agenda, that is also there, but agenda behind all agenda is this. With that agenda we are born. So that remains always at the back of our mind. That we don't get distracted from the main agenda. And in that case, today or tomorrow, the agenda will be fulfilled. And with that prayer and blessing, I conclude.
Pranams and gratitude to Swamiji for his blessing speech and compassion and Vedanta teachings. Our next segment of the program would be Guru Dakshinas. So I request our volunteers to come and take their position to assist Swamiji to complete Guru Dakshina program. Meanwhile, our Brahmachari Suryaji will go to the temple and show arati to Lord Dakshinamurti. We can live stream it, but as people sitting here, they can watch it instead of coming over there. Danny. No, here. While Guru Dakshina is going on. Yeah, let's get ready now. Thank you all. And now all of you have heard Swami Prabhupada and many people came and told me, when will be the next? Yes, Swamiji is conducting camp in June 9th through 11th. It's short weekend. Please register before you go. Thank you all. Namaste. Prasannaji, please. You need one more person.
Namaste. Please get ready for afternoon Aarti. We are going to stream it on these monitors here. Thank you.